Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a Morphe Brushes eyeshadow haul, tutorial, and review. This is definitely going to be a pretty long video. I'm going to try to keep it as short as I can, but I'm sorry if it's a long video. You guys might want to grab a cup of coffee or a cappuccino to drink while you are watching this. You know, just get comfortable, hang out. We're going to be discussing eyeshadows, and I have a haul for you guys, and I'm going to be including a tutorial along in this video because I was going to do a tutorial separately, but then I decided that I would really like to do the tutorial in this video, like with the haul and the review, because it's all the same brand, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Morphe eyeshadows. I talked about a few of them in my June favorites video, but today we're going to really get into this palette and we're going to have a review, and I'm really going to share with you guys each eyeshadow that I got in my palette. So first of all, if you guys are not familiar with the brand Morphe Brushes, they are an eyeshadow company who is from, I believe, California. I think they have an actual store in Burbank, and they also have their eyeshadows and brushes online. Now, what they are really known for is the fact that their items are really affordable. The individual eyeshadows, which is what I got, they are $2.29 a piece, which is kind of amazing and kind of a steal, especially when these eyeshadows are very comparable to high-end brands that can range from like $15 an eyeshadow, and these are only $2.29 a piece, which is amazing. They also have really affordable brushes. I personally haven't tried any of their brushes, but I'm definitely going to be ordering them very soon. I was waiting on a few to get back in stock, so I will definitely be ordering the brushes as soon as they're back in, and I will definitely be doing a review of those brushes once I get a hold of some of the Morphe brushes. So you can get the individual eyeshadows like what I got, or you can also get pre-made palettes, which they have with their eyeshadows, and you can choose from different eyeshadow palettes. They have a couple of the ones that I really like that I want to get one of these days, and what I like too is that the palettes are different colors than the individual eyeshadows. They're just a little bit different, that way you don't end up getting the same eyeshadow in a pre-made palette that you get if you order an individual eyeshadow. They also have really affordable lip gloss applicators and mascara applicators. As a freelance makeup artist, I know that I'm always looking for really affordable lash applicators, mascara wands, and lip gloss applicators, and they actually have a really good selection, and they are really affordable. So actually I totally recommend going to Morphe if you are an aspiring freelance makeup artist or just an aspiring makeup artist or whatever. They are such a good place to get items for your makeup kit because they are affordable and they are really good quality. Now that you guys have been introduced to the Morphe Brushes brand, we're going to get right into my eyeshadow palette. I'm so excited to really get into detail about what I got from Morphe. Now, first of all, I did have to buy the palettes, the actual palette part, separately. Okay, so this palette does come with a mirror, and this mirror is humongo. Like, I cannot get over how amazing the mirror is in this palette. And it works really well because you can actually, like, I can see with this mirror. There are some eyeshadow palettes that the mirrors are so tiny that I can't see. I have like bad vision anyway, and so I can actually see with this mirror, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so I did get 10 eyeshadows. This eyeshadow palette holds 12. It should have bought 12, but I got 10. I will definitely be ordering from Morphe again. So the first eyeshadow that I got is Cream Puff, and this is the color that I use a lot to highlight my brow bone. It's the perfect shade for me. It's not too light, not too dark, and I like this because it is kind of a creamy tone color. It's not completely white, which I do not like super bright highlights for my brow highlight. I like them to be just a little bit darker than white, a little bit creamy, and I don't like it to be too skin tone, like not like yellowy, but like about this shade. The next eyeshadow that I got is Glisten. This one is also a little bit of a creamy color. I would say it's a little bit darker than Cream Puff. Now, Cream Puff was a kind of a matte satin finish kind of thing, and this one does have a little bit more of a satin finish. It's a little bit more shimmery. And then I have the eyeshadow Deep Skin. I mentioned this one in my June favorites video. This eyeshadow is seriously a dupe for MAC Soft Brown. Then I have the eyeshadow Caramelized. This one kind of reminds me of Buck from Urban Decay for some reason, even though it is definitely a lot darker than Buck from Urban Decay, but when you see it in the pan, it just kind of makes me think of that for some reason. But this one is definitely a darker version of Deep Skin, and this is great to kind of add some warmth into the crease. I know I really like to use this to add warmth into my crease. Even after I've used Deep Skin, I will go back in with this color because I don't like to do a super dark color in the crease right away. I like to add like a lighter brown and then go back in with the darker brown in my crease. And then I have the eyeshadow Lustrous. This is kind of a pinky tone eyeshadow, I would say. This is definitely a very shimmery eyeshadow, and I really like to wear this one on my eyelid. I've done this as pretty much an everyday eyeshadow look for a while now. I will just pop this on the lid, Deep Skin in the crease. Perfect look if you want a very simple kind of summery look, which I will probably be doing a tutorial of this eyeshadow very, very soon. Next I have the eyeshadow Golden Glory. This color is very, very pigmented. All of these colors are really pigmented, but I feel like this one and the next two after this one I'm going to show you guys, they are extremely pigmented. This color is a super, super pretty color. It's a very golden color, but it's not like your typical gold. Like when I think of gold, I think of Half Baked from Urban Decay. This one is just a little bit more orangey tone, I think. It's still a very, very pretty color, but it's definitely a little bit more of an orangey tone. This color is called Mysterious, and I'm actually wearing this on my eyelids today, and this is the same eyeshadow that I will be showing you guys in the tutorial. This color is a kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like a red coppery color, I guess you would say. This is definitely a step out of my comfort zone for me. I normally would not wear a color like this, nor would I buy a color like this, but for some reason I just was really drawn to this color. I thought it was really pretty. This eyeshadow is called Marbleized, and I think this might just be my favorite eyeshadow out of the entire palette. I just can't get over how pretty this eyeshadow is. This is one of those kind of shimmery brown colors that we all know that I love. Then we all know how I like to darken up the outer corner a lot if you guys have watched my tutorials, and then you guys know that I'm a huge fan of doing that. This color is called Creme Brulee, and this is kind of like a deep brown color. It's not too much warmth to it. It's just basically a dark kind of chocolate brown, and this color is super pretty for adding a little bit of something to the outer corner. And the last eyeshadow that I got is called Trouble, and this is basically just a darker version of Creme Brulee. It's kind of that same kind of chocolatey feel to it, but it's just a little bit darker than Creme Brulee, and it's also a really great eyeshadow to add something to the outer corner of your eyeshadow look. So I am really, really impressed with the overall quality of the Morphe eyeshadows. I think they are all really, really pigmented. I was kind of surprised at how pigmented they really were, because like I knew a lot of people were talking about how much they really liked the Morphe eyeshadows, but it was like I really had to try them myself before I could really be like, okay, these are actually really, really good. I am seriously so impressed with all of the eyeshadows that I got. I thought, you know, that maybe out of the 10 eyeshadows that I got, I would have a couple of eyeshadows that maybe weren't as pigmented as the others, but honestly, they are all so pigmented. Like, there is nothing bad to say about these eyeshadows because they are seriously such amazing quality. I'm just like so impressed with the overall quality of the Morphe eyeshadows. I just cannot get over like how pigmented they are. That is just so, so crazy to me. But yeah, like I said, these eyeshadows just apply really nicely. They blend really well too, and they're just seriously like comparable to MAC eyeshadows. That is how I really feel about the Morphe eyeshadows. I think they are just so comparable to the higher end brands, and they're just so affordable, and I just kind of want to buy the entire store. Over on my blog, Chelsea Makeup 14, I will have swatch pictures and a more in-depth review and more close-up pictures of the eyeshadows. If you guys would like to see that, I will either have it linked somewhere on the screen or in the description bar below. Alright, so now that you guys have gotten just a little bit of a mini review and a haul, I am going to go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. You guys are going to be seeing the eyeshadow look that I am wearing today, and let's get right into that tutorial. The first thing I did was apply my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly, and real quickly before we get too far into this tutorial, I want to say that I'm just focusing on the eyes for this tutorial. It's all about the eyeshadow. I'm starting off with the eyeshadow Deep Skin, and I'm taking that through my crease with my Sigma E25. This eyeshadow is a dupe for MAC Soft Brown, and when I applied this to my crease, I'm also running it just a little bit above my crease. That way it gives me more of a crease since I have pretty small eyelids. Then I'm going to warm up my crease just a little bit with the eyeshadow Caramelized. This is basically a darker version of Deep Skin, and I am just using that same E25 brush and just running that through the crease. Then I went in with my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush because I just wanted to make sure that everything looked really nice and soft and just that everything was nice and blended. Then I am taking this really pretty kind of red coppery color. This is called Mysterious, and using a Sigma E55, I am just patting that all over my eyelid. I wanted to darken up the outer corner of this eyeshadow look, so I took the eyeshadow Trouble and I used my Real Technique shading brush to just apply this to the outer V of my eyelid, and it's exactly how it sounds. I made a V shape with the eyeshadow brush, kind of running it into the outer corner and also a little bit to the outer corner of the crease. And then I took my my Sigma E25 and I just blended it out, and I repeated the same process over on the other eyelid. Now, like I've told you guys before, you can add more color, but you can't easily take it away. So I started off with just a little bit of color, and then I went back in and darkened it up just a little bit, and then I went back in with the blending brush to make sure that everything was nice and softened. Now it's time to work on that lower lash line, so I took a little bit of Trouble and I applied that to the lower lash line, and then I went in with the eyeshadow Glisten. I knew that I wanted an eyeshadow on the lower lash line, but I didn't want to do that same mysterious color on the lash line because I just thought that would be a little too much. So I took that and blended it in from the inner part to the Trouble eyeshadow, and then I took the eyeshadow Cream Puff and I just applied that to my brow bone as my brow highlight. And don't worry about all the eyeshadow on my face. I definitely went in and cleaned it up with a concealer, and here's the finished look. Just finish it off with your eyeliner and mascara. Alrighty guys, so that is it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. I definitely did more of a review side on the channel than I usually do. I typically do more reviews over my blog, but I decided to kind of do a switch up here, and I just decided that I had to do an entire video on the Morphe eyeshadows because, like I said, they are just amazing eyeshadows. So if you guys did like this video, make sure that you give it a big thumbs up because that way it just kind of lets me know what kind of videos you guys like to see. This helps me know what videos y'all like to see, which in turn helps me get more content that you guys like on my channel. Also, if you guys ever have any requests, leave them in the comments below and I will add them to the list and I will get them up as soon as I can. If you haven't already, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. That way you always know when I upload a new video. And I hope you all are having a great day today. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. And then in here I just have my most recent sticker order, which I did an entire blog post on that over on